To think that if I had not persisted, this moment would never have happened. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In case you're new here, my name is Kim. This is Core Union. I want to share the rest of the email from my client's success story of the amazing and beautiful. It's such a beautifully written story. She's recognizing this is the deepest, most profound love of her life, but she's also recognizing that this is all about the love that she has for herself. I'm going to read from the last paragraph that I read from the other email just to catch you guys back up. And then whatever comes out will come out. We had the best night, and in the morning we had coffee. Our normal routine, he, excuse me, he was leaving again to go out of town, and for the next couple weeks, he would be traveling. Nothing was talked about before except him expressing he was in this place. He felt lonely in his life, and he couldn't understand why. He was just not happy, and he hadn't been. And at that moment, I allowed the 3D to get me, and my heart just sank. And then I said, in the most loving and kind way, well, I'm still here and I'm not giving up on us or on our love. I can't give up. Just keep your heart open and know that. So I'm going to keep reading here now. He said he had to get ready for the trip and he couldn't think about anything right now. He couldn't allow himself to get in an emotional headspace and he had to focus. We kissed a few times and hugged goodbye, and I left. There was nothing planned to see each other again. I was good until about halfway home, 30 minutes into the drive. I lost it. When I tell you that the 3D hit me like a truck on the way home, oh my goodness, I was sobbing. My fear had hit me harder than ever before, and I just didn't understand why it was so strong. I had just had an amazing, loving, wonderful night with him. I walked into the house around 10 a.m. and went straight to the couch. I felt like everything for 20 years was purging out of me, like there was a death happening, a death of self. And I truly didn't know what to do but ride the storm out. That's exactly what to do. You just ride it out, you let it out, and you don't assign negative meaning that has anything to do with your person and the relationship. You just let the negative stuff come out of your system. You just cry and let it come out completely. That is exactly what to do. I went dark. The depth of the emotional pain coming out of me was haunting. My thoughts went dark along with my emotions. I sat on the couch until I got up at 8 p.m. I got up, I showered. I wailed in the shower like a child and just got as much of it out of me as I could. I have experienced this too, and it's not fun, but then what comes after is really good. I went to bed and told myself that needed to be expelled out of me. Yep, exactly. This is working for us, this is contributing to us, to our beautiful life together, and then hand it over to God. It was nothing and I always thank you, God, for healing me. Thank you for healing these parts of me. Thank you for loving me. Thank you for guiding me. Thank you for pulling me through. Thank you for pulling us through. Thank you for loving us. Thank you for pulling us together. That's just what I do. I woke up the next day, started out my routine of living the end the best I could. And by that afternoon, I had pulled myself out of the dark place. I was back in my end, but still a little shaky, of course, because there is that humanness and that human part of you that needs to do exactly what you do. Let it get out of you, give yourself the love, and then go in and what I said earlier, do that. And that's a good way of detaching to God. This is to everybody, not just, we had only talked twice during those weeks, and then I ended up going over there again within that month. This time I felt more grounded and together, more in control of my thoughts and able to ignore the 3D much, much better than the last time. Another week went by until we spoke again. This time I had asked him if we would go with, if he would go with me to a concert that we had planned 6 months prior before the separation. He said he'd let me know and he would get back to me. I didn't worry and had the strong knowing that somehow it would work out, and no matter what happened, it didn't matter because I know my end. See, guys, this is very, very, very powerful. She didn't get into the worry and get into trying to micromanage whether the concert would happen or not. The night before the concert, we had talked and planned the weekend. He picked me up the next day and we drove 4 hours to go see our favorite band. And I'll bet you even that car ride alone, like even literally just being in the car next to your SP is beautiful, even if you're just driving to the store. It's the littlest, tiniest things that are just so incredibly fulfilling. Sorry about that. Let me get back into this now. Okay, the night before the concert, we had talked and planned the weekend. He picked me up the next day. We drove for 4 hours. This time it felt like we were back together, flowing like we always do. No nerves or nothing. I kept telling myself for weeks, he's my husband and God wouldn't worry. So you don't need to worry. Enjoy the unfolding of this beautiful love story. Amen. That's always my go-to. Like, would God worry about this? No, then neither should I. And that's with anything, by the way. It was a night we both said we will remember for a lifetime. He was open and fun. His guard was down. He was letting me in and just no reservations. That's because your guard was down. Perfect. It felt like the first weeks of when we met. This pure bliss, excitement, greatest lovers, and best friends energy. That's amazing. He was looking at me again with this look he would always give me before he told me how much and deep his love for me went. He looked right at me while we were in the moment, singing and sweating, enjoying the energy. He said, I feel you. I feel your soul, your light. I feel you so strong right now inside my soul. I feel your soul. You're happy, and it's the best feeling. I love feeling you in your energy. He stared at me with the biggest smile and said over the music, you're so fucking beautiful. I said, you feel me beaming? He said, it's amazing. We were just looking at each other, and I said back, I'm beautiful with my hair in a mess. I'm sweating my butt off. He said, yes, you're the most beautiful thing I've ever seen, just being free in the moment. Kim, things shifted again, the feelings, the connection. I was in the moment. I was looking at him, thanking myself for all the work, thanking you, thanking God. I was staring at this man of mine with the clearest I had ever seen him. The love that we feel for each other. There were no words. We got back to the hotel room and we had never been so vulnerable and open, talking to each other about the night, talking about us. He looked at me and with the sweetest soft eyes, shoulders dropped, surrendering and said, I love you, like he had just rediscovered me all over again. I'm typing this with my eyes filling up with tears. And when I was first reading this, I was crying like a fool. Like I was like, okay, this love, this agape love. Yep. I'm sorry. I'm just like, yep. I know all about it. To think that if I had not persisted, this moment would never have happened. That is poignant. To experience this all over again, falling more in love with each other, looking over at him with gratitude full to the brim, saying to myself, we get to be this lucky to experience this love. It had taken 4 months to see what I had always believed to be true, that we hadn't ever lost anything and our love was more real than anything we had ever experienced in our lifetime. Those 2 days we finished each other's sentences, knew what the other was thinking. We were more one than we have ever been. It's been 3 weeks since the concert, and I'm allowing it to flow, no expectations. The release and allow phase. The communication is not every day, and we haven't established us back together yet. None of that matters because you continue to persist in your end. Every time we see each other, it gets better and better, and it's picking up more frequently. We are still healing, and that's okay. I understand now not to rush or to try to control anything. It's not the way. The way will show itself. Being present and being in gratitude and understanding that I am the creator of my life and that he is only reflecting me. How could I ever get upset with him or angry? To also add to this, our relationship has always been healthy conversations. We communicate lovely to each other. We always have. We've always been so respectful and loving. Have we raised our voices at times? Yes. Out of frustration? Yes. Have we been blunt and honest at times, hurting the other's feelings? Yes. But never hateful or harmful, never with malice. Thank you so much, Kim. We are truly each other's other half, and I know he feels the way that way too. Thank you so much, Kim. All that you were doing in this community and continue to do, what you have done with me and continue to do for me with the way that you teach and how you express and explain how we should take accountability and rewrite the story of ourselves and our person, that our person wants to love us just as much as we want to love them. This is the greatest love there is. I'm coming home to myself again. I feel like the me I was always supposed to be. In the way I speak, in my demeanor. Is this journey easy? Far from it, and no one should expect it to be. It's the rebirth back to self, back to how God created me to be. Unconditional love. Faith in knowing that all things are possible in love. The young woman that was always told, you want to be in love like the movies. Well, this is my movie, and I'm the director, and I also write the script, and I know the ending. What a loving God we have. He gave us the abilities and the power to create our lives. In order to love others, we first must love ourselves. Corinthians 16:13-14. Keep your eyes open. Hold tight to your convictions. Give it all you've got. Be resolute and love without stopping. Let all that you do be in love. Sending you so much love, Kim, so much. And I love you so much too. And after I just wanted to read what the update here was, I told her I had emailed her and I told her, thank you. I was crying so much, so deeply with this. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful for being part of your journey. And she wrote, so much of my close relationships are reflecting the change. They are all mirroring back to me so much appreciation and love. Relationships that I could have never even imagined seeing them heal, not just with my SP, but all of them. What forgiving self and others you love can do, and believe that you deserve everything good in life. I'll save that for another time. All the love. And then she wrote, I'm on the way to his place now. He texted me this morning wanting to make plans to see each other since this is our week without the kids. Kim, even the circumstances of us getting back on the same schedule with our kids changed during the no contact phase. That's something that I affirmed for too. I can't wait to watch part two. As I affirm that this shifted many of you guys into understanding, please do comment down below that you know your end exists, that you're shifted into the highest and best version of you. And I'll talk to you soon.
Nothing can come, nothing can come, nothing can come between us.